All right, we're at the Commerce Casino for the big XL bounty or something like that. 3K bounties on day 2, which is pretty good. $800 buy-in, 400K guaranteed. Should be a good one. We are taking advantage of the $9.99 steak and eggs at the Commerce. I can't believe that you can get steak and eggs for $9.99 anywhere. As you can see, it looks pretty good. It's not like, you know, super high-end restaurant quality steak, but for $9.99, I think it's a really good deal. Get some toast over there, some free coffee over here. Really good deal here at the Commerce. Take a bite of this steak. It's good. Can't really go wrong with $9.99 steak, but it's actually a pretty good steak. I've had it before. Sometimes you get a pretty rough cut, but today's pretty tender. It's on medium rare. Got some hash browns here. You can see it's nice and toasty, a little soft in the middle. I never used to be able to eat hash browns without ketchup, but I'm eating things with less sauce and ketchup these days, and pretty good. Here's the egg. You can't really go wrong with egg. Hard to do eggs wrong. Got them sunny side up. I've had this thing my entire life where I just cannot break the yolk, even if I have toast to eat the yolk with. So I have to eat the whole entire yolk. So I try to eat around, you know, all the egg whites first, and then I leave the yolk by itself, and then I try to cram the whole thing in my mouth. So I don't spill any yolk anywhere. It's pretty silly. Got some wheat toast, which I'm just gonna eat without any butter or anything. You may not know this, but people say this about like wheat toast and wheat pasta. It's not that much better for you. And when you look at it, kind of calories are the same, carbs are the same, but the actual benefit is that these wheat products have more fiber in it. I mean, you don't want to get like the super processed ones, but what fiber does is it offsets some of the carbs for people with diabetes. I'm actually pre-diabetic myself, and there's something called like glycemic load, and the fiber offsets some of the carbs and the sugar to basically bring the entire load on carbs on your body down. So there are definitely benefits of getting wheat, this kind of stuff to eat. Yeah, steak is pretty good today. There you go. Got the nice little crisscross burnt grill marks. Overall, I've been running like shit for it feels like going on a year. I still cleared 200K in earnings last year, but and actually it was my second biggest year in earnings in my career, but I barely broke even on year. That's how bad I ran. And it's actually definitely affecting me psychologically. It just feels like getting it in 90% ahead on a turn, and just something bad's gonna happen. If it's a flip for more than 40 or 50 bigs, I'm gonna lose, you know? And you start to get that in your head. There's nothing you can do about the cards, but still I think it's gonna make you play a little bit different, play a little bit more negatively. It probably reflects some of your body language. So I'm doing my best to try to block that kind of stuff out, but it's been rough when you run this bad for this long. So hopefully we'll turn this around. Luckily I have a nice group chat with Ty and Frank and Jeremy. I can just complain and complain to them, and then just sort of try to keep my wits about me while I play. I really like the hash browns here at the Commerce. Wouldn't say the Commerce is like this mecca for food, but some very specific dishes they make are actually pretty good. I'll try to review more of those as I play. Alright, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take this bite of steak and then cram this whole egg in here in my mouth at the same time. Good. Also kind of steak protein, egg protein, so good for you. Yeah, there's a little bit of egg and potatoes here for some carbs, but overall I feel like this is a pretty nice healthy meal. Gives you a lot of energy for the day. So today we got a 3K bounty tournament. They call them these XL bounties because the bounties are kind of extra large. $800 buy-in, but then the bounties themselves, I think for this one are 3K, the one earlier in this series was $1,500. I do not like bounty tournaments at all. I'm a player that tries to reduce variance as much as possible, but obviously in bounty tournaments, half the prize pool, or roughly half the prize pool, is going to be in bounties. It's not going to be in the main prize pool for you to win when you just cash, so you got to get some bounties to basically get the proper value out of the tournament. So this means you gotta take a lot of risks to get chips. And by taking those risks, I introduce variance to other people. Definitely play way wider. Oh, this is even before the bounty kick in. But then on day 2, especially with the bigger bounties, obviously you don't want to play completely recklessly, not calling like any Jew cards to try to get a bounty or something, but you are calling quite a bit wider. And theoretically, poker, you want that. When people are playing wider ranges than you are, this means that you're constantly going post flop with stronger hands, and stronger hands are always going to win, or obviously not always going to win, but are going to have the higher probability to win, highest expected value over time. So I want people to keep doing that, but the short-term variance is very painful. People just get in there pretty bad and get there. And especially when I'm running like I am, this type of thing already has me a little bit with the heebie-jeebies. So, this is what we train for. We try to study all aspects of the game, study our ranges, make sure we know what we're doing. And we're just gonna get out there and tackle it. We're gonna break the streak. We're gonna break the streak. The bad run's gonna come out. It's gonna come to an end today. I have my lucky steak and eggs, lucky hash browns, lucky toast, my head on red, lucky free coffee, which by the way is such an amazing perk at the Commerce when they give free coffee and tea to everyone. But yeah, I'm gonna grind out the win today. All right, stay tuned for the next one of these. Steak and eggs, $9.99 at the Commerce. Can't go wrong.